to introduce myself. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Kunle Onime, and like you rightly said, I am the CEO for Roots 97.1 FM, which happens to be the first and only reggae radio station in Nigeria. I also happen to be the managing director, CEO of Marketing and Promotions Concepts, the first indigenous experiential marketing agency in Nigeria. We've been around for a while. MPC, as it is called, is we've been in operation for the past 26 years in Nigeria. Prior to then, I was pioneer operations director for a company called Group Africa. It's a South African company. I was pioneer operations director for 4 years before I started on my own in 1999. Having said that, I had a slide from this school. What I have done is basically to retweak the slide, and I'm just going to talk from my head. You know, what exactly are we talking about? For me, I like to make my presentations very simple, detailed, and straight to the point. I like to make it personal. So what are we talking about? We're basically talking about what are the factors that influences purchase. There's so many factors. That's the long and short of, but am I right? The essence of this discussion is to discuss the factors that enhances purchase. Am I right? Hello, Boma. I can't hear
Yes,
anybody,
sir,
please.
you're right. You're
So,
right, sir.
fine. Okay, so now I'm just going to go into a few factors that I think encourage or determine the purchase reasons, purchase power for anybody, be it male, female, right? First of all, we're looking at the psychological factor, right? And this is what relates to individuals, the way you think, the way you perceive things, and then therefore you take a decision. Yeah. Motivation, which is an internal drive that pushes consumers towards satisfying their needs. For instance, what would push me to make a purchase? Perception. What is perception? Perception is how consumers interpret marketing messages. Yeah. The same ad can be perceived differently by different people. Like, I want to give a typical example. How we receive messages differs. Some people will understand and interpret the message to mean A, while some people will understand and interpret the message to mean Z, right? Which is why if you look, for instance, at political adverts, right, they try to reach people from different perspectives, different situations, and different scenarios, equally different languages, yeah? So that it's easy to disseminate information. Some people misconceive, misconstrue, misunderstand messages. So your perception of a message can also determine your purchase conviction, right? So that you don't get misconceived in terms of your understanding of the message, right? Learnings mean previous experiences with particular products, for instance. I'll give an example. For instance, if you had gone into the market to buy a product, I don't want to use any particular product. I've seen situations where on social media, you find out a situation where people go and buy certain products. I've seen a juice drink, for instance, that happened to have been, what's it called, expired and has condiments inside of it. and then you open it, you're trying to consume it, and you discover that that product has a problem. I'm not sure you would want to buy that particular product in the future if you have need to buy that juice or to buy a juice. You would rather go for something else because of that experience, which is called the learning experience, your previous experience rather, huh? Which shapes our future behavior in terms of purchase. If you have positive experiences, for instance, you are definitely going to go back, right? To buy that particular product, right? Which encourages what we call repeat purchase. In experiential marketing, we say top of mind awareness, which at the end of the day leads to increased purchase, right? I'm going to make this as brief as possible because I actually ran out of the meeting. So I'm just going to rush through my presentation so that we're all on the same page. Beliefs and attitude is a major consumer existing belief about brand and product purchase. It also influences whether you consider or reconsider purchase of a particular product. I'll give you, for instance, an example. Beliefs. I know some people, for instance, who no matter what, they will not buy sausage rolls. I don't want to use any particular word. Because of this belief that sausage rolls has pork inside of it. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that storyline. I want this to be a bit interactive. Everybody's just quiet. Nobody's saying anything. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Thank you. I mean, I want this to be interactive. I just don't like talking. I want it to be interactive, please. So I'm just giving a scenario now about pork being alleged to be used for production of sausage rolls. Because of the belief, especially people who are on the Islamic or Muslim side, right? They tend never to want to touch pork. Even some Christians don't also touch pork. So when you see that there is pork, supposedly, in sausage rolls, the belief that it is not good for consumption. So that belief equally encourages or discourages your purchase tendencies, right? We also have social factors, right? A lot of social factors determine or help to approve, disapprove your purchase. There's so many social factors, so many social factors. We also have references, friends and colleagues, influencers that shape opinion and preferences. For instance, I've just given you an instance about the sausage roll. If a friend of mine sees me, for instance, buying sausage roll, and he has that sausage roll is made out of pork, he would, you know. Where was I before this? Boma, you called me. What's going on? Hello? Can
Yes, we can
somebody hear
hear you.
me?
Yes, we can hear you. There are replies in the chat box, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't want to be viewing the chat box because it's just going to be distracting me with you. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right. So I was talking about references from friends, colleagues, family. You know, they also help to shape your opinion when you are trying to make purchases. You also find out when I'm talking about references, yeah, the role of family is very dynamic. For instance, the father has the cash power, right? The mother, right, has the buying power, and the child.
Hello, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting, sir. I've been trying to get your attention. Sir, please, we need the slides, sir. The slides have to be displayed. I've been sending you a couple of messages, sir. So we'll just send them to me. We'll share them for you so you can just go on with your class.
I didn't get that. I
Sir,
can't.
please, we need the slides. The slides. The slides we are teaching
I'm
you.
doing this from my phone. I don't have my laptop with me where I am. I told you I'm in a meeting.
Share them with me. We'll share our screen for you. We'll share the slides for you. Just send it to me. We'll share it for you.
Which of the slides?
The slide you are teaching with, sir, the one you are teaching with presently.
I'm teaching from what I jotted down. I said I'm talking from my head. I tweaked your presentation slides to me. I reworked it and I have it written down. I can send it to you later, but not right now because I'm not where my laptop is at. I'm talking from my phone.
Okay, very well, sir. Please go on, sir.
All right. So I was giving you a situation of a family or the family, the role of the family as influencers into your purchase decision, right? For instance, the father gives the money, the mother goes to make the purchase, but the child actually takes the decision of what they want to buy in the house. E.g., a child that is going to school will tell the mom, I want Milo, or I want Bonvita, or I want cowbell. Am I right? So that is a major influencer when we are talking about references and in terms of family, right? How strong the family is in terms of taking purchase power, purchase decisions, right? Cultural factor, which is the third one, has a very deep impact on consumers' behaviors and values. Shared value, traditions, and beliefs, right, affects what people buy and how they interpret marketing messages. That is why you find it. So I'll give you a typical example. I ran a campaign for a brand, and that campaign we went to go and do it in the north, right? It was an experiential campaign. Midway into the campaign, on the first day of activation, we ran into trouble. Why did we run into trouble? The ladies that were running this activation didn't have their heads covered. And then what do they call them now? His bab or something like that. His bab or is it his bab? Yeah, his bab. All those I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. They came to arrest our people. They stopped the activation. Why? Because of the cultural belief, right? Tradition that ladies must cover their hairs up north. But we made a mistake, and the mistake was that all the people that we used for this activation, we moved them all the way from south, from here in Lagos precisely, actually, and we moved them up there to run this activation, right? So that is a major determining factor for purchase. We also have subcultural um, issues, ethnicity, religion, and all of that, right? It's a major problem. Then on this part of it, we also have social class, right? Which is determined by your income, education, and most times your occupation. It determines a whole lot of things in your purchase power, right? The kind of things that a man that is okay. Let me give you a very stupid example. Yeah. It is assumed that people who drink pure water are the low class people, and that is a decision that is influenced first by your education, your income, your occupation, right? But one unfortunate thing is that a lot of these pure water companies also produce bottled waters, right? And it is the same process. It's just that the end result, the end packaging is what is different, right? Some comes out in bottled water, some comes out in sachet, right? So, but it's a status thing. It's a class thing. It's assumed that once you are blown, you are rich, you have a class. That is why in marketing we have what is called social economy. We have people who are in the A class, B, right? We also have ABC. We have ABC1. We have B1, B2, A1, A2. It determines your status, your social standing in the economy, which determines a whole lot of things for you. I'm trying to rush. There's so many here, but I'm just trying to rush this. All right, personal factors is also a major determining factor for your that affects your decision making when it comes to purchase. We have your age. We're talking about age and life cycles, right? Your spending pattern. What a teenager would wish to buy would definitely be different from what a retiree would want, right? For instance, I'll give you a typical example. A teenager would want to buy iPhone. What? Sorry, can somebody remind me? I'm not an iPhone person. I just know that teenagers are in love with iPhones. The latest iPhone now is iPhone 17 or 16 Pro or 15 Pro. I'm not sure. I don't know which one. Right? Um, I'm not saying there will not be any retiree that will want to buy an iPhone 16 Pro, but you see, what I'm trying to say here is that the age factor determines a whole lot of things in that time of decision making in terms of such purchases. I don't know if I'm making any sense here, right? So it's a major issue when it comes to decision making in terms of making purchases. For instance, also, I want to use another example about lifestyle, which I mentioned the other time, right? Your life cycles and the way you do. The way a retiree will react to what's it called now? Night clubbing is different from the way a teenager will react to it. But all of it, right? It affects your purchase power, right? In marketing, there's something that is called what's it called again now? I'm trying to remember now. I'll remember. Don't worry, I'll remember. I talked about it, purchase power. Yeah. So we have talked about your occupation. We have talked about all your lifestyle. Okay, this is also very interesting. The economic situation of the country also determines a whole lot of things. You might have needs, but you are not able to meet it. In marketing, there's something called must have and may haves, right? May haves are things that are, if you have excess, you can buy, you can make available. Must have is whether you like it or not, you just have to be able to make a plan to make it happen. Yeah. Okay, we're getting towards the end of my stuff now because I need to run. We also have the marketing mix, the 4 P's of marketing, right? Which also determines a whole lot of things for every one of us. We're talking about products, pricing, place, and promotion. Yeah, those this marketing piece, the 4 marketing P's or marketing mix, play a very significant role in determining the purchase decisions of every one of us, right? When we're talking about product, we're looking at the design, the quality, the features, and of course, the branding. When we're talking about pricing, we're looking at perceived value, discounts, and payment options that are available for any particular product. If you want to buy, for instance, Milo, you have competitive products, and your decision to purchase either of them will be formed or informed by this perceived value of the particular product. You are either going to go for the one that has that is well designed, but the value is not, highly priced. There's something that is also called premium products in terms of all of these things. So a lot of people will say that I cannot buy. I don't want to use any particular product as an example, so because I don't want to downplay or overplay any product in terms of giving them credence or I'm lessening their credence. You understand? Some people also, I mean, I'm okay. I've talked about okay. Now, place, distribution availability, convenience, and all of that also determines your helps to form your decision to make purchase. You want to buy a product, it is not available, right? The other one that is available is probably not up to your what you want, but because it's the only one that is available, you go for it, right? You know, these are basically what I've tried to do here is to try to personalize it using ourselves as individuals. And these are things that I think helps to form decisions for our purchase. Thank you very much, because I'm sorry I have to run. If there are any questions, please let's quickly take it. I can't go to your chat box. Can you please be audible? Let's take it and everybody will be just, I can run because I need to run in 5-10 minutes. Thank you.
Mr. Kunle, thank you very much for this session. I mean, you've definitely brought to bear your years of experience. So we really do appreciate this. I'm Dr. Orlando, and I'm the founder of Transformation Collect. So thank you very much for taking the time out to be here. We know you're very busy and you have many things on your itinerary, but we appreciate you. I've got just one question for you, sir, which is the fact that if you're going to say, what are the top 3 things that you think any modern marketing type unit, department, or even agency, the top 3 things that you think they need to excel at to be able to succeed in the year 2026 and beyond? And once again, applicable to marketing units, marketing departments within organizations, and even agencies.
Okay. First of all, I think you need a creative team that would be able to deliver on creativity, come up with fresh ideas, and be innovative and be top notch in whatever it is they are doing. You also need people who are, what's it called now? You need people who will be able to do your brand management. People who will be able to look into the marketing team. They'll be able to do research. They'll be able to come up with ideas that will be able to mix and match with competition. Yeah. And I think lastly, you need to do a whole lot of promotions, because the truth of the matter is that today's marketing is no longer the marketer's market; it's the consumer's market. That's what I think.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. One last question, and then we'll allow you to run. What is your opinion with regards to the place of artificial intelligence within digital marketing? Is it a fuss? Is it overhyped? Or do you think that, indeed, digital marketing and artificial intelligence have come to stay and they will define the future? Share your thoughts with us, sir.
I would say to you that digital marketing and artificial intelligence is the new norm that we all have to embrace. I'll just share a personal example with you. 26 years ago, when I started marketing and promotions concepts, it was a novel idea in this country, and everybody was like, wow. Yeah. And all the brands were falling, on top of each other. They wanted to be part of the activation. I'm proud to say this to you, gentlemen and ladies. I happen to be one Nigerian that I've traveled the entire length and breadth of this country, doing activation for one brand or another. There is no part of this country I've not been to. Now, they said there are 777 local governments in Nigeria. I can safely say to you that, to be very modest, I must have done a minimum of 700 out of those 774.
Wow.
But guess what? Yeah, I'm proud to say it. I have evidences to show. I have evidences to prove. You see all these Sambisa forests where they are blasting and doing, or I've been everywhere. There's no part, a lot of my friends, when they want to go to certain places by road, they call me to say, what's the best way to navigate? How do I go from this town? How do I network from this town to that town? Blah, blah. I know Nigeria like the back of my hand because I drove or I was driven, whichever way it is. I went everywhere in this country. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but now, see, COVID was the beginning of our problem in the world. Once COVID came, brands now started figuring out ways to cut corners in terms of promotions, activations, blah, blah, blah. And then the surge from social media now made a big mess of it. For instance, you are in your office, yeah, on your phone, you can get to see several ads popping up on your phone unsolicited. Vis-a-vis when you have to go out and run into an activation team, or you listen to radio or watch TV to be able to get the ad. Digital marketing has come and made a big mess of it. Now AI has even made a bigger mess of it. I have a friend that is into production. He's one of the biggest TV house in this country, right? He produces for the biggest of the biggest names, even outside of Nigeria. He said to me, Kule, I've had to go and learn what this AI thing is all about. And I went to see him in the office the other day. He was showing me a movie that they shot using AI, a 1 hour, 30 minutes movie. Same characters, same name, same faces, same voices. Yeah. But guess what? They did not physically have any of those guys on set. Everything was done through AI. So anybody that is thinking that AI is a farce, the person is a joker. My take. I might be wrong, but that's my take.
Good. Mr. Kunle, everybody, a massive round of applause. A massive round of applause for him. He's taking the time out of his very busy schedule to be able to do this, please. Big thank you to you, Mr. Kunle. We appreciate you. We don't take this for granted at all. If you can later, if you get the opportunity to scan the page, that brilliant page where you led us through, we can turn it into a presentation for everybody. We're glad and happy to be associated with you, and we will definitely come to your office physically to see you before the end of the year, and that's a promise. So that we can.
Quite frankly, I'm not a fan of doing presentations online. I like to do
Oh,
it
that's
physically.
fine.
I like to do it
Yeah,
physically. I like my presentations to
that's
be
fine.
interactive. Particularly, I
That's
didn't
fine.
really. I don't want to use the word I didn't enjoy this presentation because it was not as interactive as I wished for it to be, and also because I'm in a bit of a hurry. I was just trying to rush.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
next time.
fine. No, we have gotten value. We've gotten value from this session though, and we will make an appointment and we will definitely come to see you at some point in time. Thank you very much for your time,
Anytime.
sir. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. All right, sir.
Let's try to everybody. Bye.
All right, sir. Thank you. All right. Over to you, Boma, who's leading this session. Deborah, I think you're the next person. Please go ahead. You can stop sharing and then share appropriately.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, trainer. Thank you. Now we'll be going to the other session, which is Google Campaign Manager 360, where we would have Deborah Dairo. Deborah, are you on the call? Okay. So I think our network that out. We're having Deborah take over the session in a minute.
Okay, so to everybody that is here, I think that was a big deal. Having someone like that. How many of us can say that we've even been to 1/10 of the country? Anybody here? Rick, okay, are you able to say that? Omalade, Isaac, are you able to say that you've been to 1/10? Right? Samuel in Ghana, are you able to say that you've been to 1/10 of the whole of Ghana? So having someone like that really it's a big deal. Of course, you would also see that they are very skilled when it comes to traditional marketing and traditional activations. So one of the key questions I would have asked when it was rushing is, well, and I'm asking everybody that is here. Let me hear from the people that are here. Omalade, Isaac, Rick, Event Lane, and Babs. How do we now do virtual activations? Is it just webinars? Is it just what did they call it? Is it just virtual summits? What is an effective way to achieve the kind of results that they've achieved in those days, going from state to state, local government to local government? How can we do that effectively online. Any thoughts or ideas from anybody? Imagine a certain product like noodles, and you want to go to sell noodles to, let's say, people who their income is, let me say, $1 or $2 per day, in a sense. And that product is for those kinds of people. But you want to achieve the same results of allowing those people to know about noodles, to see it, to feel it, but doing it online. Alaji, sorry, Ali, then Nalayode, share your thoughts with us quickly, before Deborah comes to start. Deborah is here, but let me quickly hear. I want to hear like two people. Mayowa, uh, Jonoa, Babs, quickly, please switch on the mic, allow people to speak very quickly. How can we do the kinds of activations, for a product that, let me say, the people who earn only $20 per month, that they will buy? How do we now do that kind of activation virtually? Anybody, quickly. Let me hear from two people. Allow people to switch on their mics very quickly. Mayowa, Alayode, Ojonoa, Babs, quickly. Event Lane, yeah now, Isaac, Rick, Omalade, even Samuel, quickly, guys. Quick. Anybody? Nobody at all? Okay. Deborah, what are your thoughts? Deborah, what are your thoughts?
Good afternoon,
Hello.
everyone. Good
Yes,
afternoon,
good
boss.
afternoon. Yes.
So I think that beyond webinar, there are other initiatives that can be made use of to run campaigns for organizations. If I get your questions correct, sir, am I in line?
No, saying that, so saying that, the gentleman that just finished, he was sharing with us how he's gone to different local governments, different places to do activations. And of course, a lot of those things were for physical products, isn't it? That's why they had to physically go to 700 local governments in the country. I'm now saying that if you and I also want to push, let's say, new brand of noodles, something that requires physical. And we're also not talking about something that's only applicable to people in the urban places. We're talking about, yeah, I mean, he's talking about 700 local governments. Some of those local governments, they do, electricity is even a big deal there. So we're talking about some villages, like that. So my question is, can we use digital to replace such an activation that requires that we will go to grassroots? Can digital do it? Will it work?
Not entirely.
To what percent? Give me a percentage.
I would say it's a 40-60, sir. Reason being that
Well,
we would
40 for which one? 60 for what?
60 for traditional, 40 for digital.
Okay. When it comes to getting to the grassroots.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you sure that your 40 is for real? We're talking about we're going to my village, oh, and my village is Abeokuta, and they're very modern there. We're talking about going to some places in the north, like some places whereby uh, everything is like a big deal. Transportation is not, places that they even have market days, only certain days. Places that everybody knows one guy that sells, that has a pharmacy. Sorry, that has a chemist, not even a pharmacy. You need to go to some places, oh, places whereby in the whole village there might not be anybody, there might not be electricity, so nobody has cold drinks in the entire village. It's places like that I'm talking about. What is really the possibility or the effectiveness of digital activations in such location? Yes, anyways, just my thoughts. Deborah, please go ahead with your session. Just my thoughts. Okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes.
Good, good afternoon. Nobody is answering at all, so I don't know.
Good
I don't know what's
afternoon.
the challenge.
Good afternoon.
Okay,
Good
good. Thank
afternoon.
God that is what we've got. Okay, good. Thank God. Right. Okay, over to you. Right, go ahead.
A minute, please. I'm trying to bring in my slide. All right. I think I'll do that along the way. All right. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deborah Dairo, and I'm a digital marketer for Panoramic Synergy Enterprises. Yeah. Can you all see my face?
Yes, I can see your face.
Yes.
Your
I think
your
I think
video
my
is
network.
off now.
How do I add the background here? God, help me.
Yeah, because now you seem like you're trying to rearrange the entire house. you're moving you're moving furniture, chairs, table. We can hear a lot of noise in the background. Remember, if your face is unavailable for now, it is okay. Because because we're hearing so much noise in the background, we're worried. Right? So
Oh,
yeah, if your
my
face
apologies about that. I have
I can't see your face, but if your face is unavailable, it's fine. We can go ahead with the session even without your beautiful face.
my apologies about that. I'm not the only one here, so it's quite
That's why. Go ahead.
so yeah. Let me share my screen now, and we'll get to the business. So today I'm talking about Google Campaign Manager 360. Can we all see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
I
you can see
All
your
right.
screen.
So I'm talking about Google Campaign Manager 360, the fundamentals and the advanced operations. For everyone in marketing, you know that there are many tools out there that can actually um, help you as a person for your brand and even for you as a person. The Google Campaign Manager used to be Google Campaign Manager, but now it has a 360 because of the new themes that has been added and new features to um, help your Google marketing platform, and that's why we are here. So let's get to it. Today I'm talking about we're doing a comprehensive exploration of the CM360, ad serving, trafficking, measurement, and reporting. Also designed for ad ops, media planners, campaign managers, and analysts. Then the formats, of course, lectures, live demos, and so on and all. And this is why you are here, and this is the people that in this place I believe are all marketing people from one place or the other, whether it is sales or digital marketing, traditional marketing, brand strategy, and content marketing, media consultants, and every other thing. You definitely have to know about the CM360. This should be your learning outcome. Traffic, managing traffic, optimizing campaigns in 360, CM360 with confidence, implementing floodlight tags and measure conversion accurately, building custom reports and analyzing attribution to inform strategy. Of course, ensure brand safety and troubleshoot trafficking issues effectively, integrating CM360 into a full stack Google marketing platform workflow. We may not go through every of these because of there will be some training aspect which I would really love that we probably have a special segment dedicated to having a training on the CM360, because this is basically for organizations. It's in fact not for individuals, and I'd love us to have like a session on that. But notwithstanding, let's move on. So, introduction to campaign manager 360. I think this is a highlight. Let me open. So what exactly is campaign manager 360? Do we have anyone that has an idea in the house? Probably you've heard of CM360 before now. You've encountered CM360 before now. Can I hear from one or two persons? What exactly do you think is CM360? Anybody? All right. The Google Campaign Manager
I think it's one of those the campaign tools. So I think there was a client that I went to, and there are all sorts of options. Am I right? I think even Zoho has one. Zoho has a
Yes,
campaign tool and all that. So yeah, definitely it is one of those campaign tools. At least as much. I think you can use it to schedule, plan campaigns, and also do some post campaign type things.
very true. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, like you said, a campaign manager is the Google Campaign Manager. Moving on, I'll be calling it CM360. Is part of the Google marketing platform designed to help advertisers manage, deliver, and measure digital ad campaign across channels, whether display, video, mobile, and it serves as a central hub for ad serving. You track your ad, verify your ad attributions, and it helps marketers standardize tracking, reduce duplication, and gain holistic insights into performance. Basically, what you use the CM360 for is to manage your campaign across all channels. For example, I want to run an ad, a mobile, probably my organization is releasing a mobile app to help organizations, integrate all of their ISO standards, and they can just get their learning from the application without stressing, update on the ISO standards and many other things, and even get certifications via the application. And I want to run an ad for that through Google campaign. That is an ad on its own. And of course, I also want to run an ad for a webinar that is to come up in the next say 4 months or 3 months or even 3 weeks to come. And the ad is about artificial intelligence and what have you. That's another ad on its own. I also want to run an ad for an external event that my organization is partnering with, and just to project our company as the major sponsor for that for that event. Probably let me use Moonshot by Tech About, and let's say, okay, we are part of those that are we are part of the major sponsors. We're one of the major sponsors for that event, and we feel that we should also use our own marketing initiatives as an organization to boost our visibility and credibility online. So that's another ad on its own. That's three separate ads that I have highlighted. Now let me add one more. Probably there's a probability of we're currently running an initiative ongoing right now, that's the cyber G's, and I want to work with an influencer marketer. I want to work with an influencer, pardon, to further enhance visibility for this particular initiative, the cyber G's. Bringing in people that are enthusiasts. They want to be cybersecurity savvy. They want to learn. Some needs hands-on, experience. Conversations from experienced people and many other things. Now we have four different adverts channeled to different audience, and I'm using the same Google account. This is where the CM360 comes in. It helps me manage my campaigns and measure across digital platforms. It is safe to say that I'm not comparing, but it is safe to say that Meta business can also be likened to CM360 for Google, as Meta Business Suite is to Facebook, Instagram, Meta, that's the company name, to Meta. So is CM360 is to Google. So basically you have all your ads targeted to different audience with different goals. One is engagement, one is app download, one is sign up, that's lead generation, and what have you. And you want to run it on the same account. The CM360 helps you to track your work. It helps you to track your ad. It helps you to see how you're doing, um which of your ad is running well without what's the word now, without any issue. Because sometimes you run ads, you think you have done what you have to do without checking back, maybe the plans to go back in 3 days to check how many registered people are there, only for you to realize that your ad was even rejected from the first instance. So which means the ad never went live. So this is what the TM360 helps you to do, and many more. Anyways, so what are the core features of the CM360? Ad 7, like I mentioned, it delivers ads to target audiences. It's just like your dispatch rider. Hey, I need to order food from item 7 to number 63, Kudirat Abiola Way. CM360 carries it and say, yes, my lord. It helps you to track. It measures your impression, your clicks, and your conversions. It not only just send your ads to your target audience, it also tracks how many people bought that food that you have sent to number 63, Kudirat Abiola Way. How many people even checked it out? Asked questions. Is it sweet? What's inside? That is, well, people don't really see it as an opportunity, but it is. If you tell somebody that I have food for sale and the person is curious enough to ask you, what are the things inside? Is it sweet? And many other questions. That's an opportunity. The person is contemplating whether to buy or not, or probably, weighing their options. Clicks and conversions. With the amount of money that you have spent on this particular ad, people how many people have you converted? If it is lead, how many people have signed up clicking using that link that you have put there? If it is an app download, how many people have downloaded? That is one. How many people are users? Some people download the app and they don't use it until probably 4 months after, when they remember. Some download, they don't use it when they need to clear up space on their phone and they see the app and Akukuma don't use it. They delete it. That is app conversion. They count for app download, but they do not count for a user. So these are things that your CM360 is going to definitely show you. Your measurements, your click-through rate, your cost per your ROI, and your CPA. These are the things that the CM360 also does. And of course, your reporting. It generates automated detailed reports for optimization, where you are doing well, where you're not doing well, where you need to add more, where you don't need to add more, and many other things, so that you can optimize your next campaign for a better result. So CM Series 60 is essential for brand managing multi-channel campaign that requires accurate tracking and integrated insight. Let me be honest with you. Most organizations that use CM 360 are PR agencies, um, broadcast agencies, and of course, brand media. People that actually brand brands. What I mean by that is you do activations for brands. You do. I think I know few of. I actually have a CM360 account. I could have shown to us, but it doesn't belong to. It belongs to a brand, and of course, for how do I put it now? for privacy sake, we have organizations like Precise, organizations like DKK. These are brand organizations. They are advertising agencies. These people manage campaigns for brands. So let's say there is a particular campaign that is coming up for Coca-Cola. Let me look for one of their popular campaign. There's this popular campaign of this name campaign where they say meet Tolu. Then you have lots of names on the Coke brand. That is a campaign. Let's say DKK is the one running that campaign for that brand. That is a campaign on its own. Now let's say Viva also is running a campaign and they want to make use of DKK. Several brands from different aspects, from different walks of life, from different industries, not even the same industries. We have food, we have we have FMCGs, we have fintechs, we have agri-tech, we have edutech, different infotech, different organizations coming to a particular brand, a particular advertising agency that we want to run an ad. We want to do a campaign, whether physical or digital media, whether traditional, whether in fact, whether it is a all 3 days campaign or whatever they want to run this ad. These are the people that usually make use of the CM360 because it helps them, track all of their marketing initiatives, all of their campaigns for these organizations. So it's really more for big brands than what do I call it now? That just an individual that wants to run an ad for our organization. So somebody like me now, if I want to run an ad or a campaign for my brand, for my organization, that's Panoramic Synergy, I rather stick to Meta Business Suite instead of CM360. Will they do the same work? Yes, but 3M360 is wider and larger than Meta Business Suite. And guess what? You cannot even just log in to CM360 as an individual. Say I have an email now and I want to sign up for CM360. It doesn't work that way. So that's why I'm talking about brands, agencies. So campaign structure. CM360 follows a hierarchical structure. Advertisers, it represents the brand or the client. Campaign, that organizes placement and creatives. Placement, it defines where the ad run. Creatives, the ad set displayed. Sites, the publishers or platforms. Understanding these structures ensures smooth trafficking and accurate reporting. What I mean here is there's a structure to CM360. Are you all with me?
Yes, we're with you.
All right, thank you very much. I just need to confirm that you're still on the call. People are here with me. All right. So back to where I was. The advertisers. This is the brand that wants to run an advert. What's it called? Let's say Transformation College has a very an initiative to host over 100,000 students in a week, and they want to train them on cybersecurity. And they feel like, my God, I think the most we have done is 2,000 people, and that is even on digital media. How do we get this initiative to work? So they decide that, you know what, let us consult. We're talking about the 100,000 students. It's never going to just be limited to Lagos. Let's consult an advertising agency. Let's bring in a PR agency, a PR firm to work with us on this particular marketing initiative. So they consult a PR brand and say, this is what we have, this is what we have done before. We have always hosted people online, and this will be our first ever event. We want to make it big within a strict budget, but at the same time, we want to make it big and we want to able to reach people from across Nigeria and not only Lagos. Don't forget, our target is 200,000 students. So that places Transformation College as the advertiser. The campaign. The campaign is the CM360 now pushes your campaign. I've already explained what your campaign is. Your campaign is um free cybersecurity training for hosting 200 people, 200,000 people in a week, and they're going to get hands-on cybersecurity training. Feeding and accommodation is taken care of. Blah 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 blah. In fact, you can decide to use influence marketing. You can decide to use what have you. You can decide to craft a storytelling, or by a persona, any one of them, and just draft out something, whether in video or in design, and you send it to the PR firm. That is after meetings upon meetings and meetings. Then they start to organize your campaign. Now, while your campaign is being pushed out on Google, there are placements where your campaign will show. Places like your YouTube channel. I say your YouTube channel. It's places like YouTube channel. So anybody in the whole of Nigeria that is opening YouTube channel, your campaign comes up. And then in your meeting, you also have a conversation around, okay, where else, what other placements do we think can work? That we're still talking about the media, the digital media now. We're not talking about traditional yet. And then you decide that, you know what, students are always on TikTok. We should not, look over TikTok. TikTok has to be one of our placements. Then TikTok, also, you look at it, Instagram and Twitter, of course, it is always, some are there for luxury, some are there for banter, but we would not put more budget on them, but we will still make use of it. And then which of our influencers are we going to use? If you're not putting much budget on Instagram and you're putting more on TikTok, then you need to make use of a TikTok influencer instead of an Instagram influencer. Why? Because your major target is on TikTok and not Instagram. But let's leave that. Even if you want to run an influencer marketing on Twitter, you use influence. So of course you put your placements out there on your ad sets. Can we hear me?
Your
This
network glitched for a
site,
bit.
that's the
Can you
publisher,
hear?
or oh, I'm so sorry. So I'm on creative now. After you have decided where your placements will be, your creatives is ready. How your ads will be displayed, how your assets will be displayed, whether in videos or in design or in infographics. There are many ways you can display your ad. Then you push it on your site, the publisher or the publisher's platforms. Now, understanding this structure will ensure a smooth trafficking and accurate reporting, which means that the way your ad will appear on YouTube might not be the same way it will appear on TikTok. Sometimes it might be the same, but I don't even think it will be the same. Dimensions are going to be very different. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the same. That's why you will see an ad running on YouTube and you see it running on TikTok, passing across the same message, but in different dimensions. Now, let's get to tagging and tracking. CM360 uses tags for performance tracking. Like I said, I'm sure Edith is on the call and every member of the Transformation College. I think that for the CM360, there should be like a physical class. I say physical, like a practical kind of session. That by that time would have a CM360 manager for people who are looking to basically, do uh brand management, brand consultancy, PR firm, ad agencies. they have an hands-on, or even people that are working with in places like this, it will really really equip them to, that's like a level higher. When you get to an agency and you're asked if you're into 360 marketing or 360 advertising, either of the two, and you can say, I have an idea, I've taken some practical trainings over on it, and it will be very nice. So okay, CM360 uses tags for performance tracking. Floodlight tags. This tracks conversions and site actions. I'm thinking of an example of a floodlight tag. That will be, I really love. Mm, I really love. Well. Anyways, let's move on. I'm thinking of an example for floodlight tags. Now we have the click tags that measures your ad engagement. Whereby when a person clicks on your ad, there's a way you know when people engage your ad, when they see your ad. Now, impression tag. Impression tags, they record your ad views. They record your ad views. They record, yeah, your ad view. The floodlight tags they happen most times on the back end, and not majorly in the front end, because when you air tagging, most people just think is keyword hashtags, all this keyword research and all, but they happen most times at the back end, or where you run your ad. And that's like even the audience, your target, may not even see it. So yeah, you basically may not really need that until you get into the CM360 and you're working on it. So they're like a code. They're codes that are generated, that are placed on your website to track your action and to track your users. To track your users. To I would have loved to show live demos, but like I said, the CM360 account I have with me, it is a brand CM360 account. I can't, for privacy settings, you'll be seeing organizations, campaigns, and all. And it will have been good if we have probably a demo account, but I will look into that. Probably do a recording and send to Transformation Collect to share. So that's the reason why I'm not showing any form of examples on the CM360 itself. On the CM360 itself. So yes, these are codes that are put, you put it on your website, the activation codes, whereby once your ad goes live, this helps to track your conversations. Who is visiting your site at that moment? Whether if it is an app download, who exactly goes, who even click to enter Apple Store or Play Store or whatever store to look and say, okay, let me download before if they even click download. Like I said, consumer behavior can be very funny sometimes. You'd see people who had gotten to the last stage of the opportunity, they have even downloaded the app. But at the end of the day, you realize that they only downloaded, they never used, only to delete the app in 4 or 3 months' time, when they no longer have a space on their phone or something. And they might even be the first person to click on your ad. So these are ways where you track everything that is going on your ad. Impression tags record your ad views, and the third party verification. This add viewability or safety layers. Proper tagging ensures accurate attributions and optimization of spend. You know how much you spend on an ad and to which unit it is spent. Cost per click, cost per action, everything is detailed. Now, what is trafficking? Can somebody tell me what trafficking means? in the layman, not even in marketing. What is trafficking? Anybody? Okay, I want to believe that we are hearing me, but then probably there's no answer to that. Simply put, trafficking is the process of designing and implementing live advertising campaign to serve and track your ads. You have implemented your live campaign, your campaign. Trafficking helps you to track your ads. How many people has it got into? Where has it got into? Who are the people engaging? This trafficking process involves setting up campaigns and placements. You have started your campaign, you have placed it, you have assigned, that's number two, assigning creatives to the placement. You have assigned your creatives, you have generated your tags for your publishers, and then you are now monitoring delivery and resolving discrepancies. This helps you to guarantee that your ads are delivered correctly and tracked consistently. Just like I used the example of item 7. When you want to send a dispatch to number 6 Street, Kulerat Abiola Way, and you are sending food on your app, you are tracking, or you are a person that wants to order for food and you're already hungry and you have ordered food from, say, what are these food um, apps that we order food from? Glovo, what's this popular one I use a lot? Child Deck. And you have ordered for your food, that's that. Let me use that as you have already set up your campaign, you have assigned your creatives, you have chosen the kind of food you want, and you have, of course, um you have assigned your creative, that's choosing the food you want, and you have assigned your placements. You have put your address, that this is where I want the food to come to. You have generated your tags, that means they have given you a code that you're going to give to the what's the word, to the dispatch rider. The next thing is to be monitoring your delivery. Sometimes you see that this food has not reached. You now start checking the map on the app. ah this rider has not left one place. Ah or you are booking a ride, you want to go out, you want to go to work or something, and you are just tracking your rider. Why is he making another U-turn there? That's not where he's supposed to make a U-turn now. Why is he going this way? Why is he going that way? That's basically what trafficking does in your heart. It helps you to track your ad. It helps you to monitor whether your ad is delivered correctly, how you have given the prompt, it is delivered correctly, whether your video is placed correctly. Some people run ads and you notice that the video that you pushed out there, probably they have cut off, the ad placement has cut off half of, maybe you sent your ad in 3.6 dimension. Unfortunately, your ad is showing in 1.2 dimension. You know that it has cut off almost all, half of your ad of the video, and that might be, in fact, it's not might, that is a negative, that's a negativity for your ad. Because when people say, "Kilele, who is running ads like this?" Of course, they will not. It won't come to their head that it is an ad. It is you, that you are a marketer, that that knows that, oh, I'm seeing an ad. Most people that are not into the marketing, um into marketing, they will not even think about it. Just say, why is this thing popping up? But when they see it, does it appeal to them? So when you push out your ad in 3.6 dimension and it is showing in 1.2 dimension, that's a minus already. Is it that they scroll, or they just waiting with this and just move past it? So yeah, that is what trafficking helps to do. Creative management. CM360 allows efficient creative handling. Beautiful. Just like, I'm sure, I want to believe everyone on this call have run one or two ads before. So this explanation, you can resonate with it, because we don't have we don't have like an example to show forth. Just like you upload your display, your video or your creative, whether your design or your picture or the picture of the goods that you sell, if you sell goods and everything. That is how the creative management works. It allows efficient creative handling. Your creatives will be uploaded, and it will help you use dynamic creatives for personalization. It will manage your versions for A/B testing. You know, there's a place where when you run an ad, where you enable A/B testing or not. Then it helps you preview your creatives before you launch. Just like in your Facebook and your Meta ad, there's a way you can preview your creatives, whether it is standing well, whether it is doing well, whether it is placed the way you want it to be placed. This ensures that your brand and technical compliance go before your ad goes live. I made an example before we reached here that some people run ads and come back in 3 days hoping to see whether their ads is doing well, only to see that their ad never went live. That's because it was not approved by Google. So you need to also make sure this creative management helps you to ensure that your brand is adhering to every of the rule, every every rule highlighted before the ad goes live, even with technical compliance. So once you click publish, the first thing that happens is under review. You will definitely see it on your ad when you run an ad. Your ad will first be under review. It might not even take 20 to 30 minutes before your ad goes live. And if you do not meet, if you're not compliant, you get a message that your ad has an issue, or in fact in red you will see that something is not in compliance. You may need to check your creative, you may need to check your so this is where the creative management um assists. All right, moving forward, reporting and attribution. Let us not take it off our mind that we are running multiple campaigns here. This is a CM360 and we are running multiple campaigns, not just one. Reporting in CM360 helps measure success. It helps you to use standard campaign and placement reports, helps you to apply data-driven attribution models. It helps you to integrate with DV360 and GA4 for unified views. I don't know what GA4 is. I'm coming. I think I have an idea what that is. Mind me, I am currently on the CM360 for the organization. Just couldn't share. Okay. So the GA4 is like the connection between your analytics and ad saver data. Then it automates recurring reports. This reporting and attribution enables data-driven decision making and performance optimization. You get reports on all of your campaign on your CM360. It gives you a data-driven feedback on how your ad performed, the performance of your ad, and it helps you um to attribute to attribute data-driven models to that report. So if you get a report on campaign A that your ad did well, of course it is an app download. People downloaded the app, out of your target of 20,000 downloads, you had 24,000 downloads, and you had a target of 15,000 users. Note, there's a difference between download and users. And you got say 18 to 20, 18 to 19,000 users that are using the app that you ran. That is, and TM360 is telling you that, okay, this is a success, and this is why you add this success. The second campaign is you are running a webinar and you want people to attend in 3 months, and you want them to register for the webinar. And you have a a target of 30K people to join the webinar, and you are having just 18,000 people register, fill in the form, that is not success. No matter how much it is, your target is not what you have achieved. So this CM360 gives you a detailed, data-driven report whereby you see why your campaign A works, campaign B works, campaign C didn't work, campaign D is close to working, but it needs more effort. Why you need to rerun the ad, why you need to add more source, the place you have overdone your activities, and many other things. So that is where the reporting and attribution comes in. And of course, integration. CM360 integrates with DV360. That's and for your display and video buying. So what is DV360? Because you'll be wondering, all these DV, G4, GA4, this. DV360 is the integrated demand side platform for managing your campaign, your advertising campaign. It helps you to manage your processes. That's the display and the video. As the name is written, DV360. So TM360 is integrated. It integrates with DV360. Of course, when you run your ad, your videos or your picture has to be there. So there is a form of integration. Then, of course, for your search ads, that's for your cross-channeling reporting. It also integrates with Search Ads 360. The search ad is where you check all your ads on all your ads that you are running for different brands, or even for one brand but different campaigns. It helps you to cross-check all your reporting or across channels. The GA4, that's like I mentioned, the data analytics that helps you for analytics integration. It gives you detailed, not off the head, it gives you detailed analytics of what your campaign is. And of course, we all know what APIs is. APIs are for your automation. Maintaining naming conventions, audio placement, text creatives, and leverage integrations for efficiency. The CM360 is integrated into all of these things for one thing: efficiency of your ad, efficiency of your campaign. How best can it maximize all these things that you have put together to give you a yielded result? That is basically what it does. Um, that is basically what it does. Now, I want to believe that we understand what a CM360 role is in campaign management. Um, I want to believe that we also know that it helps to track to traffic and also to get our reports effectively, even though there's no demo to show for it. And I also want to believe that we now know that we can leverage integrations to optimize our campaigns. Now, before I move further, what challenges have you faced? Let me start with, have you used a CM360 before? If no, have you run an ad before? What challenges have you faced in tracking or your ad saving? And let me touch on how CM360 can help. So I'm sure you must have run ads before, whether it is Meta Business, LinkedIn, or even Google Ads. Some people run Google's ads. You can run Google Ads without CM360. Anyways, so let's talk about it. What challenges have you faced in tracking or ad saving? And let's talk about how CM360 can help. So this particular time, the floor is over to every one of us on the call. Hello? Have you faced any challenges regarding campaign, and how have you what are the challenges that you're faced, and let's talk how CM360 can do justice to that. While I understand that most of the people on the call might not have used CM360, reason being that it's majorly for PR agency and brands, but I still want to believe you have run one or two ads before. Anybody, everybody, anyone? Am I the only one on this call?
No, we can hear you.
So there's no one that has run ads on this call before. I think I've done a teaching on shopping ads. Okay, it's not. I've done a teaching on shopping ads, and I've done a teaching on Google ads before in Transformation College. But I want to believe the audience might not be the same. So, and I think for the Google ad, we did a practical session then. So I guess nobody has had issues regarding campaigns. That's a good one. I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, without further ado, this is my wrap up. I hope that I've been able to convince and not confuse you. CM360 is very good in campaign management. It helps you to track your campaign across channels. And peradventure, you're looking to build a brand of your own, to be an agency, whether brand management and consultancy, whether it's an advertising agency or a PR firm, you will definitely come across CM360, and it will definitely help you. By that time, there will be definitely enhanced features on the CM360 that will even do more and help you to run data driven campaigns and help you track your campaigns and gives you an effective report and also give you an efficient result. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right, thank you so much, Deborah. Please let's appreciate our trainer in the chat box. Thank you so much, Deborah. That was really great. Thank you. All right. A few announcements. Please let's make sure to fill in the attendance. We sent the link to the chat box. Please fill in the attendance form. Attendance. Please fill in the attendance, and thank you so much for joining today's session. It was really great. I'm sure we'll be here by next month. It's the third Friday of every month, so let's get prepared. The slides will be shared in the chat box, and also the recording will also be shared in the group. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great weekend, everybody.